All right, let's get right into it. August 23rd, 2025. Arsenal get a result against Leeds United that, on paper, looks absolutely perfect. But trust me, the real story of this game is way more complicated than just the final score.
Yep, you're seeing that right. A massive 5-0 win for the home side at the Emirates. An emphatic victory, to say the least.
But was it really a perfect victory? Because behind that huge scoreline, a real drama was playing out. We're talking about incredible highs and some really, really devastating lows. The kind of day that could honestly end up defining their entire season.
So let's start with the good stuff, the highs. And man, were there a lot of them. This was just a rampant performance from the Gunners.
And there were 3 players in particular who just stole the show. They delivered performances that had the home crowd absolutely buzzing.
First up, Jurrien Timber. This was his first start of the season, and what an afternoon he had. The guy scores 2 goals from corners and even sets up another one. I mean, that's pretty much a dream day for a right-back, right? And then you've got the new striker, Viktor Gyokeres. Now, he had a pretty rough debut against Manchester United. Got a bit of criticism, but today, he completely flipped the script. He found his groove in a big way and finally got his first goals for the club.
And you can see his manager, Mikel Arteta, was thrilled. He basically said, look, Victor is dangerous. That's his superpower. The idea is to just get him into those situations as much as possible because you know something's going to happen. That's exactly why they bought him.
But you know what? As great as all that was, the biggest story of the day might have been something else entirely. We're talking about the incredible debut of a kid who's just 15 years old. Yeah, Max Dowman. He comes off the bench, and wow, he looked like he'd been playing in the Premier League for a decade. Absolutely fearless, just dribbling past defenders like they weren't there. And to top it all off, he wins the penalty that lets Gyokeres get his second goal. Just an electric performance.
And listen to what Arteta said about him. He called him a kid with a level of maturity and hunger he's, get this, never witnessed in his life. I mean, for a manager like Arteta to say that is an absolutely massive statement. It just shows you how special this debut was. Okay, so you've got all these incredible highs, right? It feels like the perfect day. But this is where the story takes a turn. The celebration was about to get cut short by something Arsenal fans know all too well. Even as the goals were flying in, you could feel this sense of anxiety starting to creep around the stadium, that familiar feeling of, oh no, not again. It started with the captain, Martin Odegaard. He's the creative engine of the team, right? He lands awkwardly in the first half, and just like that, he's forced to come off with a shoulder injury before halftime. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, early in the second half, boom, their star man, Bukayo Saka, pulls up clutching his hamstring while sprinting. And this was right after he'd scored, too. Arteta said it himself, that's never a good sign.
So let's just put this all together. Kai Havertz was already out. Now you've got Odegaard going off the shoulder problem, and then Saka goes down with a hamstring injury. In the space of one game, they've potentially lost 3 of their most crucial attacking players. Just wow.
And Arteta basically admitted it. He said this just shows you how well equipped you have to be to compete in this league. It's a brutal reminder of why squad depth isn't just a nice to have, it's absolutely essential. Right, so that's the low point. Let's look at what this all means for the future. After a win that felt so good and so bad at the same time, where does this leave Arsenal?
Well, there is a new arrival. Just before the game, they unveiled their big new signing, Viktor Eze. He's a player known for creating those magic moments, and, well, with all these injuries, he might need to start creating them right away.
And let's not forget about one of their biggest strengths, set pieces. This is actually pretty incredible. Since the start of last season, they've scored 33 goals from corners. 33! To give you some context, the next best team in the league has only scored 20. That is a massive, massive weapon to have. So this is really the whole story in a nutshell, right? It lays out the dilemma the club is facing. You've got all these reasons to be optimistic. They're top of the league, Gyokeres is scoring, new stars like Timber and Dowman are stepping up, and Eze is ready to go. But then there's the other side. A potential injury crisis is brewing with 2, maybe 3 star players out. And oh yeah, their next match is against the champions, Liverpool. No big deal. And that leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? Will this match be remembered as the catalyst that kicked off a title run, or will it be the moment everything started to get derailed? Because yeah, Arsenal walked away with 3 points and they're sitting pretty at the top of the league. But the real cost of this victory, we won't know that until the scan results for their most important players come back.